yeah, it's all good. We're ready to go.
Okay, cool. Alright guys, you ready to get hype? PC here to run I don't want any one of the longest runs, actually the longest run in the marathon.
Yep.
And go ahead and I'll let him take over. Good luck, peace, and you guys have fun.
Alright, thanks. So yeah, this is the K3 of this marathon, except it's not at the end. So that's pretty cool. With me I have Paragus Rance. You may have heard his voice, I'm not sure, but he's here to give me moral support because this is a 3.5 hour long run. And
I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you.
Yeah. So if you've never seen this game, it's grueling, it's very hard, there's a lot of traps, the bosses are very RNG heavy, and it's really, really long. And I hope you get used to my voice because you will be hearing it the whole time. Alright, looks like we're about ready to go, so I'll just do a countdown here and then we'll start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I am playing on many save points because any other difficulty is like the worst thing ever. So this is a tutorial stage. There's a lot of science here to tell you what to do, although some of them aren't very useful with Xanto's broken English. This was his first fan game. He made it back in 2013, and I died to the lion.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't familiar with this game, if you're maybe newer to the community, this might have been before your time. This game is gigantic. Xanto, at the time, nobody knew who he was. He comes on the scene out of nowhere with this monster of an adventure game. And it is truly horrific. On one hand, the production is still better than a lot of the fan games that I think we see today. But the bosses and the traps and some of the gimmicks will leave a little bit something to be desired in a couple spots.
Speaking of bees, that one got real close to my ass.
Yeah, there are a lot of bees in this game.
Don't worry about that.
You could tab over to Discord and turn Para's volume up just a little bit.
His volume is at max.
Okay.
I'll just talk louder. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's cool.
If you want, I'll turn my desktop volume up and turn the game volume down a little. You can always do that. Alright. So don't worry about that first death, by the way. There's going to be major time losses across the entire run, which is why, you know, the estimate's so high. Don't expect me to get within like 20 minutes of the estimate. So here we have our first boss. A lot of people get stuck at this boss and actually quit here. There is a secret that like almost no one notices, and that's the guy at the top can only fall down once all the gears are off of the screen. That was my bad. So yeah, if you just remember that, this guy is really easy because you can just hide underneath him whenever he shoots the gears.
It's very unforgiving though for what you would expect a tutorial boss.
Oh yeah, this is the first wall people see. Like you're playing a super easy tutorial, then you get to this, it's like, what happened? And yeah, this was the first experience everyone got with Xanto's bosses, and he is infamous for making super tough bosses. You may have seen his other games. I know Zerai did a run of the sequel last year. And yeah, if you saw that, then you know that he makes really long games, and his bosses are like super grindy.
There would be a bit of RNG in his bosses, one would say. They can be unforgiving at times.
Yeah. Although, a few months ago I actually fixed this game up a little bit to change some of the bosses to be less RNG. But they're still, like, nowhere near forgiving. Like, you're gonna have a rough time even if you play this patch. Anyway, this guy's dead soon. It just takes a while for the gears to move off screen here. Oh, shoot. Okay. I was actually looking at the gear on the left and I thought the gear on the right was gonna take longer.
He just remembered that the stream was sponsored by Disney and caught himself. That's what I was told before I came on the air.
Yeah.
We're doing this for the children.
Don't worry, guys. One boss death doesn't matter. We're in for the long haul. You'll be wishing I died once on every boss.
Yeah, it's just sort of the trademark of a Xanto boss that you're gonna get very high speed, very RNG attacks.
Yep.
That sometimes puts you in positions where there is not a lot you can do to survive. And you can just tell, like, the tutorial bosses. I mean, you would expect this to be, like, free, because, you know, you have a game that's 3.5 hours long on a good day. Spend that much time making a game, you might think you'd actually want people to play it long enough to enjoy it.
Alright, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, he does not mess around. Xanto once said that when he made this game, he was in a dark place.
That is absolutely true. Hopefully the other bosses go smoother than this. I'm still trying to get over the fact that I'm streaming to like 600 people.
Just you and me in here, buddy. It's fine. Yeah, Xanto actually, he did some work with us on Culture 2. And he did some work on a boss that we were going to put at the end of the game, but we decided not to. Although that wasn't really Xanto's fault. I mean, there were a lot of problems with the boss, but he is he's a very talented game maker, and his production is among some of the best you're going to see in any fan game. If you're like the kind of fan game player that really enjoys the challenge of a game, like if that's what makes a game fun to you in this genre, like you might want to check out this game. Or the sequel is obviously a more refined and polished game.
Yeah, I would go right to the sequel, honestly. Like, very few people will play this game and say they had a great time playing it. I remember when 10 Shots played this. He was miserable the whole time.
Most people are miserable when they play this game.
So,
it's
yeah.
It's just one of those games where you beat it because you want to say you did it, not necessarily that you're going to enjoy the ride. Some people do, though.
So yeah, that was the tutorial. Hope you guys liked that. Now we're gonna get into the actual game. So this game is split into 2 hubs. This is the first one, and there are 4 stages with 2 sub-stages in each stage and 2 bosses. So yeah, like I said, it's a long game. And this is the Mario stage, and there are a lot of traps here. There's a piranha plant that comes out of this pipe. And out of this pipe.
Did you remove some of the traps from this stage when you edited the game?
I don't believe so, no. I didn't modify that much of the platforming. I think it was only making like 1 or 2 segments a bit more lenient. Because the traps aren't the problem when you're speedrunning, it's the saves that are technically difficult.
Oh wow, that is a 10 Shots emote in the chat. Still keeping the dream alive.
Oh my god.
Keeping that dream alive.
Let's just forget I died to that trap. Move on with our lives.
Yeah, I mean, literally something flies at you like every couple steps in this area. The coins are flying at you, piranha plants are flying at you, and the stuff just comes at you so fast that
Yeah.
it's really unforgiving. Even when you know exactly where the traps are, it's still very hard because of how precise some of the triggers are.
Trademark Xanto traps fly at you at light speed.
Yeah.
Oops. So yeah, you may not be seeing too many speed strats in this game because the strat is just not dying. Anyway, we got a party of Marios going on over here. It's an interesting aesthetic choice by Xanto, but you know him. He's the kind of guy that throws Justin Bieber in his game.
The traps don't really even let up that much through like most of the game. Like I would like to be able to say it's just this stage, but I mean really throughout the game it's just relentless stuff flying at you and all kinds of things.
Oops. Oh yeah, another feature of this game is a plethora of wonderful screamers. So if you want to shield your ears, now's the time to do so.
Doesn't love a good screamer.
And this is a tough jump. Ah, we made it. Hopefully I remember to warn for all the screamers in this game.
I certainly don't remember them, so I hope you do.
Yeah. This is a pretty great save right here. Pinnacle of save design. Anyway, that was the underground area. So that was fun. Oh no! Just kidding. It doesn't kill you. That trap at the end actually does kill you, but you only die to it if you jump back.
Oh, this room. Oh boy, do I remember this.
Anyway, here's our first real boss. I believe its name is Manticor. And it's gonna do two attacks. There's the attack where it just jumps up and shoots beach balls at you, and it can also just sit on the ground and shoot fireballs. But the thing about this boss that's real annoying is once you get it down to just random HP amount, I actually don't know what it is, but he will start shooting very fast, and it's kind of hard to dodge. Yeah. Oh. I forgot it actually dropped on top of you at the end, but we got him. And yeah, you know, it's an interesting game when a real boss takes you not as long as a tutorial boss. But to be fair, I did make some dumb mistakes while fighting that one. Anyway, more Mario. This time we have some thwomps here. I always love the thwomps. Just gotta... That's not what I wanted to do.
So he actually has two bosses in each area. That's sort of like a mid-boss that you just took out.
Well, I don't know if I'd call them mid-bosses. Like, the two bosses in each area are honestly like around the same difficulty.
I meant mid as in like halfway through the stage.
Yeah, I don't know. They're both equally difficult bosses, I just call them bosses.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of boss balance, it's not necessarily the further ones are always the harder.
Yeah. I mean, the hardest boss in this game is not the final boss. The hardest boss actually used to be a boss that was like in the very middle of the game, but I changed it up. I changed one attack that was very not fun to dodge. Just made it through Bullet Bill Hell. And now Piranha Plant Hell. You'll notice a lot of the screens in this game can be described as blank hell. It's a common theme. This screen is fun. What was that?
I was gonna say he's got like these optional collectibles scattered throughout the stages. What's the deal with them? I forget.
You can spend them to buy like death effects and things like that. I don't remember the last time I actually tried to collect those. It may have just been on my first playthrough, because they're not very fun to collect, let's be honest.
No.
Oops. Can I make it? Yes, I can. This is a horrible room. I still don't have a good strat for this. I just try to jump around and hopefully I make it.
It's the best way to do it.
Yep. Ah, we got it. Okay. If you saw the blind race games, this guy was in the Mario stage. Wills got trapped there for like 5 minutes. That was fun.
That was certainly a hell of a game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It took us a few months to make. Anyway, we're up on the second boss of the Mario area here. This is actually like one of the most annoying bosses in the whole game because of one attack it can do. You'll probably see it and it will probably kill me. But basically what it does is it jumps up on the top where you can't hit it, which is already a plus, but then it starts spawning piranha plants below you, which are homing, and it is RNG where they spawn. So yeah, it's very difficult to dodge it, and honestly, like, I don't have a good strat for that. I just hope and pray that I live. Yep, there it goes. Ah, there we go. Yep. It's very difficult to dodge. The best way to beat this boss is honestly just hope it doesn't do that attack. But every other attack is pretty easy to dodge once you know what it is, because he does give a Q for every attack, unlike some other bosses in this game. Oof, that was close. Alright, we may have him here if he doesn't. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Oh! Oh!
Hang in there, buddy.
Oh. Pro strats. Pro dodges.
Oh my god. Avoidance god.
Yeah, man. Alright, that's probably the hardest boss in the first half. Alright, feeling good about this run now. That boss usually gives me trouble, so maybe a good omen. So in this stage you got a little black raven from Yoshi's Island. It's kind of circling around you, and if you don't eat enough berries, then it kills you. And if you eat the chicken, then it gets really mad and it kills you. So don't eat the chicken.
Truly a top tier gimmick if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Only something like this could come out of Xanto's mind. I love these MS Paint platforms here. And with this, I just kind of run and hope no one kills me. Alright, we made it. Whoops, a restart. Oh, that berry was a chicken in disguise. You always gotta be careful.
Makes sense.
Yep. Alright, here's the best segment in the whole game. And I'm already messing it up.
What a boss. What a boss.
The plot chickens.
That is a
Thanks,
terrible
Eric.
pun. I don't know how you can say that and just live with yourself.
That wasn't me, that was Ark.
I
Ark
know.
Looper.
I know who it was. Better do some soul searching, bro.
Alright. This boss is, I don't know. This boss can either be really easy or really annoying depending on how nice it wants to be. Because every time you pass over it, when a timer goes by, it has a 50-50 chance of either busting up and let you hit it, or staying down there like a loser and not doing anything. So let's hope it goes up. Seems to be playing nice so far. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. And then I died. Don't worry, guys. That's gonna happen more than that. Now watch it be mean this whole attempt, because I squandered my chance. Okay, that was a misplay. Is that a squeaky toy sound? I don't know. It's one of those sound effects Xanto loves to use. Xanto has like this pack of sound effects that he uses for all his games. If you played I Don't Want to Be Anything 2, you may recognize some of the sound effects in this game. Alright, now we put his star here, so we have to kind of bring him over to the other side. Okay, this is bad. Alright, we got him. Yeah, not a hard boss. It can just be annoying. But you can say that for most of the bosses in this game. So yeah, this run is going pretty well so far. No real blocks so far, except for maybe the tutorial boss, but it doesn't matter. This is a pretty standard area, just full of traps and moving spike balls. There's not really that much to say about it, but thankfully it doesn't take that long. Oops. There's actually a shortcut at the end of this stage that skips quite a few screens. Xanto actually showed it to me because I didn't know about it. So yeah, it's hidden pretty well. So yeah, we're just gonna die to that. This is actually kind of a tough maneuver here that you have to do to get out of this little corner. You have to get really up close and personal to that spike ball, or else you're just not gonna make it.
Xanto's a very cool guy.
Oh yeah, Xanto's great. If you never heard him talk, he has a adorable Brazilian accent. This room is pretty cool.
Did not have a good first impression of him when we first met, when he first came out with this.
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping to first try this room so I would look amazing. This is one of the few rooms I have muscle memory for. Aw, thanks, Chrono Gear. This room was always kind of funny to me because the guys are always trying to hit you, but they never get close enough. Except for that time. You win this time. Alright, we're getting to the end of this stage. This is like the second last save, I think. Some classic spike traps. And yeah, here's where you can find the entrance to the shortcuts, so if you ever want to play this game for yourself, just pay attention so you don't have to go through the other half of the stage. Yeah, I didn't jump in time. That's alright. And the reason I'm pressing these switches is because if I go to the shortcut and I don't press them, then there's just going to be a wall blocking me at the end of it.
I never knew that was there.
Yeah, it's very well hidden,
Very
isn't
well
it?
hidden.
Yeah, I didn't know it for the longest time until Santos showed me. So yeah, now we're at the second boss of this area. This boss is really weird. It has like 3 attacks, but one of the attacks kills me almost every time, but it's like really rare that it does it. You'll see what it is if it does do it. Oh god. What you want it to do is you want it to go to the bottom of the screen and do the attack where it summons things from the ceiling. Okay, this is what you want, because then you can get good damage on it, and it requires minimal effort in terms of dodging. Ah, he moved. Oh jeez, yep, that's the attack. That's the attack that kills me. That's the one you don't want to see. There we go. Good boy. Yes. Oh. Sorry. My fault. That attack is actually kind of weird because you have to be paying attention to where you're walking, because he either spawns the flying yellow thing either directly on top of you, to the left of you, or to the right of you. That's why you kind of just see me wiggling around when I'm trying to dodge it. Alright, well this is taking a while. If you just want to come down here, that'd be great. Oh jeez. Okay, I survived it actually. Except he did it twice in a row. Like I said, grindy bosses, but I don't think this one's gonna take me a while. It doesn't have very much HP, and if it doesn't do the laser attack, then you should be fine. Oh, this is not good. Yeah, you don't want that. One thing about the bosses in this game that kind of grinds you down is listening to the Mega Man X health bar over and over. Okay, do the attack. Damn it. Alright, we got it. Sound warning in case the game bugs out and makes the volume really loud for no reason. Yep. Sorry about that. It'll quiet down. It does that sometimes. I have no idea why, but it's... I don't know. Anyway, before we finish up the stage, just a little elevator ride. I know Para loves these elevators.
Oh, there's a lot of elevator action in this game.
Oh yeah.
These stages are just so large,
Yeah.
and they're like just full of like super precise stuff. It's got to be a very difficult game to run.
It is.
Factor in how crazy the bosses are.
It requires a lot of memorization and just a lot of muscle memory and knowledge of how to perform each segment. Because if you just kind of wing it, then you're going to be dying to every trap in the game, and the bosses are just going to take you forever. Thankfully there are save points in this tower, unlike a certain other elevator in this game.
Yeah, there's a couple segments in this game that are a wee bit too long for how hard they are.
Just a couple.
One in particular made me quit this game for months.
Yeah, you'll be seeing that later on. And by later on, I mean in like 2 hours. Possibly even longer. Ah, not quite fast enough.
Yeah, there's a few auto-scrolling type stages.
Oh yeah, this is a hard speed run. Like, I'm not gonna say it's easy because it isn't. Like, anyone who runs this game is gonna have a tough time, even if you're like Geezer.
It's a hard game to just play, period.
Yeah.
Let alone to speedrun.
Like, my personal best with this game, like, I personally think it's like really amazing because I just don't spend forever dying to the bosses at the end of the game. Hopefully that won't happen today. There's only really one boss at the end of the game that I'm worried about. And if we get that out of the way, we should be good. Anyway, tons of bees over here. Tons of bees, and also it's going pretty fast. Alright, we got 2 out of the 4 areas done in this hub. Moving on to the next one. This is a pretty tame path. There's nothing real hard about it, except for maybe the first boss.
It takes a special kind of scumbag to have an elevator like that, and then have it go that fast, and then to have the traps in it at the same time.
Yeah, that final segment where it's going super fast, like, you just have to know where everything is. Like, you have to memorize that if you're gonna beat it.
You also gotta like learn to appreciate the sheer variety of enemies that are in this game. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of variety in this game.
it's not just bees. There's got like bunnies and all kinds of stuff. It's just stage after stage after stage of all these creative, weird monsters.
It's not just bees, but there certainly are a lot of bees.
It wouldn't be a Xanto game without them.
Especially in this area, there's bee platform segments.
I hated this area so much.
I don't think I saw you play this area, but I can imagine why. Especially with this upcoming segment here.
Yeah, there's one segment where like the platform goes around.
Yeah, that's this one.
Yeah, not a fan of that segment.
And Xanto being himself, placing a surprise spike on the screen before, just for no reason. Anyway, time to go on Xanto's wild ride. Hope you guys are strapped in.
This is the one. This is the one.
Oh, and it's not just a straight trip, we're going around.
It's so obnoxious because like just the spot like after the stuff around the save is like difficult, and then every time you die, you have to ride that thing around the save like twice. It just makes it so agonizing if you get stuck on it for a while.
Time to hit the save. Oh man. Well, it's time to hit this save. Dang.
He knows you're gonna feel traumatized by the time you reach the end of it.
Alright, onto the boss. This boss has a super small hitbox, so it's kind of hard to hit. That's where most of the difficulty comes from.
Another delicious fruit that wants to kill us.
Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed that final boss with the delicious fruit. That was straight from my own noggin, I think. May have been me, actually. I forget who came up with the idea of using a delicious fruit as the final boss.
It's a very original idea.
Yeah. This attack in particular is kind of weird because it just seizures around and shoots super fast apples at you. It's basically shooting clones of itself. Oh, that's a tough attack. This is a very fast-paced boss, though.
It's not quite a Kill the Brick original.
Kill the Brick original.
Those Kill the Brick original bosses are cutting edge.
Ah, that game's a classic.
I'm still waiting for the Chosen One to show up to beat that game.
Oops. Not quite a full jump there. This guy. This guy will not calm down. And yeah, as I was saying earlier, the mid-bosses are sometimes even harder than the second bosses, as is the case with this area. The second boss in this area is actually a joke. Like, you'll see it's very easy. Requires 2 very high jumps to actually hit him there. Oh, that was bad. The hardest part about commentating this game is when you're dying to a boss and you don't know what to say because you've already explained the whole boss.
Well, the boss speaks for itself.
Yep, it's an apple.
The attacks are very fast attacks, a bit of RNG, and his erratic movement and hitbox make it even more annoying to land sustainable damage on him. Decently far and Kill the Brick. Thought I was, but
Well, how far is decently far?
yeah, I don't know. What's the measuring stick for decently far? Man, chat. Marathon's been pretty good so far, I have to say. That race before this was really down to the wire too. That was good. The blind game was fantastic.
Ah, oh, damn. That was my own fault. Guy was spooking me out. Alright, chat, what's your favorite kind of cheese?
Even Series Z has been broken. Yeah, well, I think it takes about a year or two after a medley comes out for people to start caring about it for some reason. It seems to be the way it's going. This is going to be the year of the brick. This year or next year. I can feel it.
The year of the brick.
The year of the brick. It's coming. I can feel it in my bones.
Like, in Chinese New Year, they're gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
the animal that we
year of
have
the brick.
doesn't matter, it's the brick now.
Yeah, year of the brick. It's coming. You're at boss 4. I think that's where I'm at. Oh no, or am I at boss 3? I've been stuck there so long I don't even remember. To be honest, I'm delirious. It's the fight with the moon. With like the bouncing apples. It's got good music, but it's a horribly designed fight.
It has not
that's
been
the
a
third
year
boss.
since Culture 2 came out.
Culture 2 year anniversary, the 1 year anniversary will be in September 2nd. There should be a really nice race of that tomorrow. With 3 really good runners going at it. Got a lot of good stuff on the schedule coming up.
Yeah. Alright,
Tomorrow morning, it looks like Nader's going to be doing the Not Another Magic Tower run. And if you haven't seen him run that game, that is really a sight to behold.
This boss just needs to die. Oh my god. Alright, thank you.
We get to move on.
We get to move on. The RNG gods have blessed us. They have allowed us to proceed. Sorry, I forgot how to speak English. That happens. This area is pretty easy. There's actually... I don't think there's a single trap in this entire area, which is shocking.
Oh. This place.
There was actually a point in this game where Xanto just let you skip this whole area because he said it was too hard.
I tried to replay this game again one day, and I got to this area, and I had a mental breakdown. Like the second time through it, and I just stopped here.
The gimmick is kind of weird. There is a trick you can do with it that not a lot of people know. You can actually use the up and down arrows to control the gray goo, as you'll come to see. But for now, it's just straight up platforming. It is kind of hard to see in here. There's like a lot of background and foreground stuff going on here. Alright, here's the gimmick.
The scrolling background seems unnecessary to me.
Yeah, the clouds don't have to be scrolling over there. I'm pretty sure we're not.
A tornado here? What's going on?
Yeah. Reminds me of my guest stage in Culture 2 where the castle is moving for some reason. That was like a really dumb decision to have that scrolling. I took too many lessons from the Sacred.
It's one of those things I feel like a lot of early game makers do. Like they learn the thing that they like, oh, I can do this effect, and then they use it like in places that it's not really.
Well, what I used to think was that a scrolling background instantly like increased the production value. And like back when I was a younger dev, I didn't know how to make production value, so I was desperate.
The apostle of the sacred has spoken.
My man, Casual. How's it going,
My boy.
man? Eating some Burger King over there? Oops, I ran out of platforms to place. Just placing too many. And yeah,
So
this
how many
is,
can you place at a time? Like 3 or 4?
it's like maybe 5 or 6. But yeah, here you'll see the up and down arrow keys coming into play because I can shoot them down instead of just straight in front of me. Oops, I jumped. Huh. This is interesting. I've never seen this actually. I somehow got myself stuck under the vine, but I'm not dying. That's funny. Anyway. This is a very tight segment here. Like, you got like a block of space in between the vines sometimes to navigate.
What is production value? Is that a serious question?
Production
Basically,
value is like what makes your game not...
the presentation, the visuals, the music.
Yeah.
You're gonna put little particle effects in the background, little touches that combined make a game look like it's professionally done.
Like, if you've ever seen the game I Want to Be the Diverse, the production value in the stages is awful, but the bosses are fantastic. So that's a contrast of production value there.
I mean, even as old a game as this is, it's still like a better looking game than a lot of the stuff we still see coming out. Just like some game makers are ahead of their time.
Yeah, Xanto knows how to make a good looking game.
Yeah, I mean, the sequel to this is a fantastic game. I mean, it looks great. It's gigantic. I feel like it's like one of those games that every Fangame player should play.
I can't wait for Don't Want to Be Anything 3.
Yeah, he is working on another one. He's been working on it for quite a while.
Yep.
I'm not sure how far along he is. It'll be really interesting to see how he takes, you know, what he did with the sequel to this and takes it to even a higher level.
Alright, that's that area done. And now for this boss, which is super easy.
We were talking about that the other day, actually. The Galaxy production value. I mean, that game is super old.
That's like a 2011 game.
And that game still looks amazing. Some people just have the gift, man.
Oh, it's doing the weird attack. Ah, the vine was in my way. So yeah, this boss is it's a pineapple monster. That's really all I can say about it. It shoots pumpkins. Oh no. Alright. Don't kill me. Okay. Like I said, easy boss. And as we wait for the long death animation, the smoke.
Not necessarily Arc. I think there's just some game makers who just they start on a level that's insane. Like a Xanto, he comes out of nowhere and like nobody ever knew who he was, and then he drops this monster, and it's like wow. And even now, like years later, looking back on it, it's still like an impressive game to look at.
Yeah, no one knew who Xanto was until he just plopped this on the KN forums. Like, he didn't even have like any kind of development news or anything. He just like, hey, I made a game, here it is. And that was back when like none of the bosses had iframes. Those were the days.
Oh yeah, the original version of this, I had to I was auto firing and he said that that's fine. Like,
so yeah, we got a desert stage going here. The mole enemies are extremely annoying. If you ever played Boshi, it's like the ground version of Sonic.
Boshi has guys like this in stage 1. This little whatever they are.
Oh yeah, the Tasmanian Devil. Oops. This screen kinda sucks. It's just memorizing traps. Yeah. That's all it is. Alright, on to the fun part. And by fun, I mean just the worst. Do you remember the quicksand in this game, Para?
Oh boy, do I remember that quicksand. That was, I think, the first time I actually talked to Xanto. When he revealed himself on Twitch, I was doing the quicksand. I was none too pleased about it.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's not too many segments with the quicksand, although there is one very long one that is, let's just say you'll be happy when you're done with it. But before that, we have to deal with some more moles. Ah, almost made it. Some of the deaths in this game come in very quick succession.
I like the cactus that just shoots the spikes at you.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he just... The mole jumping out of the ground wasn't enough. It needed some extra something.
Ah, if that cloud guy wasn't there, I would have cleared this. Makes me salty. Alright. Wow, you're really dropping that in the most inconvenient spot, you know. Okay, let's not do that. Alright, into the sand pit we go. Ooh, Nelly. Actually, one of the changes I made to this was I did make the player faster in the quicksand. Just because it was so awful before. It's still very slow, but like, it's a bit more manageable now.
Like, to have a gimmick like this, which is innately terrible, and then to put traps in it, I mean, it's really exquisite work of a true scumbag.
We love Xanto here. And no matter how much trash talking you hear about this game, it's still one of my favorite fan games.
Ah, it's a fantastic game. It's not for everybody. Certainly not for everybody.
Certainly not. Only a select few of the human population will play this game and be like, yeah, I enjoyed that. I was one of the few.
I've always felt like it's one of the those bragging right games. Like yeah, I did that.
Yeah, too bad you don't see people streaming this all day instead of K3. Am I right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, this is a... You put this game in the context of back when it came out. I mean, this is like... It's very, very much like the old fan games. Very, very trigger heavy.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, generic spike traps.
A lot of memorization.
You gotta love this quicksand T-bone.
You don't want to see 10 streams of this?
This game was all the rage when it came out. By that I mean, not really. Because everyone just quit on the tutorial boss.
Nah, I played it pretty far, and then it just kind of died there.
You and Geezer were really the only people who gave it a solid go. Geezer actually finished this game and he liked it.
Yeah, about a year. It took about a good year after this was out before like other people started really delving into it. And even then, most of the people who did play it were fairly miserable playing it. I do remember watching 10 Shots play it. I think I watched Cosmic Sense play this on a couple occasions.
Oh, Cosmic Sense played this game with less saves.
Right. Right.
And I was
on the title
like,
screen, you get to pick how many saves you have, which is kind of what you see in modern fan games, where everyone always takes the easy portal. It's just sort of a given. And I guess maybe he interpreted that as like kind of like Bashi, where maybe there's like safety block. Maybe it's too easy. So he put himself through this game with the save points being much more sporadic. I mean, it's terrible on many saves.
I wouldn't say terrible, I'd just say it's an experience.
An experience. I mean, cancer is an experience, too. Chemotherapy, that's an experience. A prostate exam is an experience.
Oh, you know about that.
I would know a little bit about that at my age.
Well, the good news is we're out of the sand pit. We can actually move at a normal speed again. And there is a moving tree. This is why I brought Para along, because he's just someone who can speak entertaining thoughts while I die repeatedly.
Yeah, I mean, we're opining about the issues of the day. I mean, you want to know about prostate exams and cancer while this guy is trying to dodge a cloud that's spitting fire on him while trees are running him over. It's a Fangame Marathon, come on! You're not talking about cancer and dying. Self-loathing. It's the wrong marathon.
And here we have the only avoidance fight in the game. So if you guys just want to spam avoidance god in the chat when I beat this, that would be appreciated.
I get older every time somebody asks. Whenever I don't answer the question, the number goes higher and higher. I'm gonna be dead by the end of the week, I think. I might be dead before my run tomorrow.
Yeah, Para's running a game of similar length to this, although like not nearly as long, but it's a long game. He's running Overlord tomorrow. It's a fairly recent release. It's a fantastic game. It's a Metroidvania. So you guys should stick around for that if you enjoy his commentary here.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that's another example of a game developer in the fan game community who comes out of nowhere and his first game is amazing. Like nobody knows who this guy is, and then he just drops like this blockbuster game. And he put that game together relatively quickly, considering like how big it is and how well made it is. But we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah. And that death you just saw was the result of just a guy spawning right above me while I was in the middle of the air. There wasn't much I could have done about it, especially since he zoomed off at light speed. Anyway, there's also
an interactive fight.
There's some stuff going down on the bottom of the screen that you just don't want any part of. You just gotta stay on these platforms the whole time. I don't know if Xanto intended for you to be on the ground, but like, it's
one of those things. It's one of those things where, like, in a moment of panic, you might be able to land down there and get up. If you're really lucky.
I don't think so. You're dead as soon as you get down there.
It's pretty unlikely.
Oh God. They all grouped up right there. That was unfortunate.
It's a blockbuster game. That's right, I said it. It's all the rage. Oh, that really sucked.
Yeah.
Let's have everyone drop down right on top of your head.
That's just how it goes, man. When you're doing marathon runs, everything's gonna happen that really shouldn't. Thankfully, I think I'm still like ahead of my estimate. I'm not sure though. I could be just on pace. I gave myself quite a bit of leniency with the estimate just because I could be stuck on a boss for a while. So sorry if I knock the schedule off a bit. If I finish...
I'm gonna knock it off tomorrow. Oh boy.
If I finish with extra time, then I'll do a filler run.
filler run. Got something else up your sleeve?
Yeah. It's actually something I played in the first Fangame Marathon.
How long of a run is it?
Oh, it's not long. It's like maybe 15-20 minutes. Although if I do have longer than that, I could do a different game that is perhaps even more entertaining. I'm sure you know which one that is. Oh, this is bad. I thought I'd trigger that guy, but turns out I wouldn't. Now, the Spooky Breakfast game was last year. I'm talking about the OG 2015 game. 2015 Marathon, that is. I'm kind of embarrassed to still be on this boss, honestly. This is not a tough fight.
RNG's gonna do what it does. Ruin runs.
Oh. I suppose, yeah. Although a few minutes lost does not ruin a run in this game.
Nah. I mean, the run is so big. It's all up in the air.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is technically world record pace if I first try every boss. Who knows? Ooh.
How about Zurai getting that See the Moon world record today?
Oh yeah, that was pretty great. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This game hates me.
That's a remarkable world record because See the Moon has been a game that's like been ran by so many people, like so many times for years, and like he like PB'd, I want to say like a week ago or within the last week he broke the world record, I think, which he had earlier. So for only coming back to the game for a short period of time, he just, you know, he's playing like a champ.
Oh, that just happens sometimes. It's like when
Yes!
you spend a whole stream dying to something, then you come back to it the next day and you first try it.
We saw that with recently with Stonk and Camellia 3. I mean, he kind of like took a break for a while and then he came back and just his times are getting disgusting on that. I think there was a Culture 2 world record he got the other day.
Oh yeah, he
just
just came back to Culture 2 and he did it.
Yeah, I'm sure that doesn't inspire confidence in his racing partners tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, sometimes a break is good. Get a little distance and calm your nerves.
Thanks, Kraka. See, he followed up on my request. And yeah, this
True. He did come back to a nerfed game, but I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like I don't really think that that's like that gigantic of a factor.
So yeah, this area is just the spotlight area. Nothing too remarkable about it. It's actually a fairly short area, although some saves can take a while when you first run through.
Nah, we didn't do a C2 nerf. We just don't have the people and the time.
What am I? Okay, sorry. I think I'm forgetting to hit this light bulb.
It's another interesting gimmick.
Oh god, I actually forgot that was in the game. It's not really a screamer though, it's not that loud. Sorry if that spooked you though.
Yeah, his D-Rust was a world record. Either way, that should be a good race tomorrow. All the guys are they're really talented people in terms of speedrunning. I've been watching the three of them independently, off and on, practicing for tomorrow.
Alright, coming up on the next screen is a genuine screamer. So, I hope you're excited for that. I think Xanto looked at the popularity of Boshi and saw, oh, there's screamers in that game, I should probably throw them in here.
Well, I think a lot of game makers have done that over the years, not just the screamers though. I think it's been the dream of a lot of people to make the next Boshi.
Yeah. Anyway, here it comes. Yep. There's actually two of them. Hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, on with the stage. We're about done with this area. Oh, okay. The screaming guy in PUBG. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, let's not go there yet.
This boss is also extremely easy, which is probably why Xanto decided to throw in a troll at the end. But you won't be seeing it because I can just walk off screen right away and disable it.
Fairly certain that troll killed me.
It killed me too.
Yeah.
This boss is called Gluttony. I'm sure you can tell why. It's dead now though, so who cares? And that is that. So, we have finished the 4th stage, and now we get to move on to the fantastic transition stage. We are almost halfway through this game. You guys excited? And we get to immediately fight another boss. And this one's kind of tough. His only attack is shooting bullets at you, but he can do it very quickly. And he can also spawn these little shields. And when he does that, it's very annoying. Especially when he spawns 2 of them. Yeah. That was my bad. Sometimes you get out of the rhythm when you're dodging the bullets, and you just get flustered and die. That's the trick to this boss, is you gotta find a rhythm. It's another very fast-paced boss, especially at the end when he just goes ham. And I don't just mean his shots. Yeah, here he goes. Alright, we should be good now, though. Oh no! I turned around too early. That is a shame. Throw that in the highlight reel. Yeah, that's a legitimate choke. Spam your para chokes if you got them. Or don't spam, that's probably better.
You wouldn't want to shame the streamer. Have a little courtesy.
Wouldn't want to shame the guy who died on floor 6 twice in Chirach.
Yeah, I mean, that would be inappropriate. I think.
I was standing too close to him.
Does this boss typically give you trouble on an average run?
Not usually, no. I mean, that attempt I had there where I choked at the end, like, that's usually how long it takes me to beat it. Hopefully I won't have trouble getting back there. Because if I do, then I'll feel very bad about it.
There's probably some other people that don't like Chirach. It's a good game for beginners, in some regards, but I mean the first like 30 or 40 floors are pretty resident sleeper.
Yeah.
But if you put Chirach in the context of the era when it was released, I mean it's still a game that people play today. And I think that any fan game that's been out that long, that people still play, is something to be said for.
That was pretty great when Nader beat Chirach on Impossible.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the other thing with those 100 floor games that are fairly easy. There are those out there who will try those impossible challenges, and if you look at even a game like Blow Game, which is easier than Chirach, if you sit down and try to do that on Impossible, it's much harder than it looks.
And that death right there is why I go back and save. Because anything can happen. Because there's not actually a save point after you beat the boss, which is kind of mean. And timing puzzles, everyone's favorite. There is one laser in particular later on that's very intricate. Anyway, now we get to see Mega Man Suicide. Common theme in this stage. I'm not sure, like, really what the theme of this stage is. It's probably, like, Mega Man themed. I mean, I guess I do see Mega Man enemies around here.
Yeah, I think the sprite work is all Mega Man stuff as well.
It's kind of weird, though, because when Xanto makes stages based off a game, he doesn't really take iconic tile sets from the game. He just takes, like, a random level. I think this is Mega Man X tile set. That was a fun room, by the way. And we get to play a little laser jump rope. And now this is the hard time one. Yeah, you have a very small window to jump through there. We made it. You can't really go fast here, you gotta take your time. And here we have a shielded enemy. kind of a nuisance. What are you laughing at back there? Is it my dry commentary at the moment?
Very astute observation. I wasn't sure what it was.
Well, now you know.
And now I know. And I'm documenting it. Not a game this long, there's only so much you could say.
Oh yeah, there's a Mega Man there. I think he has some kind of turbo hack turned on. I'm not sure why there's a little Mario head spinning around in the center of the screen. I think Xanto just got bored and kind of plopped it in there and called it a day.
This would be a great time to read donations.
Greetings from Germany.
I had the turbo controller for the NES. It was called the NES Advantage. It was a big, heavy thing. Put a hole in the wall when you threw it.
Is that like the square-shaped thing?
Yeah, it was really big. I think it even had a slow button on it.
Huh.
And the slow button was just basically auto fire for the start button. So it would just like pause the game repeatedly over and over again really quick.
This room is infamously annoying. Thankfully, I've got it down pat. Alright, this used to be the hardest boss in the game, but it's not so bad now. So it's got quite a few attacks. This boss probably has like the largest variety of attacks out of any boss. And it can choose a lot of them straight from the beginning, so you're gonna spend a long time learning this, but once you know how to dodge them, then you should have a decent idea.
It's funny you would say that, Arc Looper. We were talking to TJ earlier about how we don't have a charity for the marathon this year, and he was suggesting Fangames Without Corners would be a good charity. I endorsed that idea.
Fangames Without Corners.
Yep. It's brilliant, I say.
It is. This is the attack you want right here. You can get so much damage on him.
Oh, TJ plagiarized you.
What?
TJ stole Arc's joke.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I'll get him later, don't worry, Arc.
Alright, if you want to come down on the ground so I can kill you, that'd be... Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, one thing about this boss that can be quite irritating is it can spend its good old time on the ceiling just for quite a while. Just kind of sitting up there mocking you while you dodge the endless stream of Mega Men. We got him. I even got an achievement for killing him really fast. That makes me feel great. You know you're the man when you get an achievement pop up.
Take a picture, tweet it out.
Just throw it in the Discord.
That's right, baby. You did it. Nobody can ever take it away from you.
Oh, that's right. I have to restart my game before I go into this, because there's a weird bug that makes your player disappear. But it is fixable, so no problems. So, this is the Schmup segment. It is painful and long. That's all I can say right now.
So he has the different power-ups in this, but I distinctly remember like a lot of them being hot garbage.
I actually I removed some of the hot garbage ones in this version, such as
okay.
I believe there was one that you just shot like a single burst and it went through enemies, but it didn't do any damage, so I got rid of that. I got rid of three-way. I got rid of tail gun. Because honestly, who would use tail gun? That was like the worst thing ever.
In a situation like this, you'd be really happy to be able to shoot out your butt. That's where all the enemies are coming from.
But yeah, what I want right now is options, because I've got the good weapon. I just gotta get more firepower on my...
After you die, you lose all this stuff, right?
Yeah, that's a problem, because you can really steamroll this if you don't die, because you keep all your weapons, but if you do die, then you lose everything. You gotta start from scratch from the save point, and it gets real tricky, especially in the second half.
For speedrunning, that would be terrible.
Well, I'm probably going to die, let's be honest.
Do you usually die on
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, I usually die at least once. It's not an uncommon occurrence. Alright, I think I've got the max amount of options on me right now, so that's pretty nice. What I maybe should have done is taken Magnet, because Magnet is very useful around here. Because it travels for a long distance and homes onto enemies. The Twist can also be useful because it can kill some of the enemies that are just a bit out of your reach. But we survived so far, so that's good. Let's see if I can get a magnet.
Final Fantasy sprites.
Yeah. Alright, we got a magnet. Sorry if the sound effect bothers you. Alright, if we're lucky, we won't die here. Okay, we did it. So far, no deaths.
I like how he has a score thing here. Like you really care about what your score is.
Yeah.
Maybe for an achievement or something.
Ooh, some close calls there. Ah, there's the first death. I usually die in this segment, because I kind of forget what's going on. Slicer, that's interesting. Slicer is one of my favorite weapons, because it does very high damage, but it's like very close range.
Do you use that on the boss in this version?
No, I use a different weapon for the boss. Oops. But Slicer is good for, it's actually good for a boss later on in the game, when the shoot 'em up is brought back. But yeah, the order of the weapons on the power-up thing is random, so you just gotta hope you get lucky and you don't get hot garbage from them. Really, what you're gonna want throughout the most of this is Magnet, Twist, or Slicer. Okay, that's an unfortunate spot for that. Actually, I may be able to grab it here. Oh yeah, that's right. You're actually forced to get Slicer here. just because there's a small section coming up where you kind of have to have the slicer. And this is it. Yeah. Oh! Sorry. That was just bad.
Sounded like you were choking there.
I actually was.
I think he was choking there. What do you guys think? A little something in his throat?
A literal and figurative choke at the same time. Oops.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be here for moral support.
Well, you're doing a fine job, because it's pretty scary being up here by yourself. 3 hours. Alright, hopefully I can still do this. Alright. Oh yeah, I thought I would die there. I think I've only made it through this entire shoot 'em up segment without dying like once. Alright, well I just grabbed a garbage weapon, so that's fun. Well, my own stream is different because only like 20 people watch that. So like the ratio of streamer to viewers, you know, it's larger.
You like the more personal experience.
Yeah. Whoops. This is a bit more of a memorization save. I think we're almost done with this place. Yeah, this is the home stretch here. So, if I can somehow survive this place, we're basically done. We've got these annoying pink monsters flying around, though. Okay, well, rocket isn't gonna help. Or maybe it will. Alright, well, this is the first time rocket has actually made it through somewhere, so there you go. And this is probably where the bitrate's gonna die. Maybe not, I don't know. If you guys can even hear me, this is like really loud.
And still holding steady.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Must be because I'm on 2K instead of 1K, which I usually stream on.
Yeah, it's holding up alright.
Well, you get to see the beautifulness that is this. I'm literally slaughtering.
All the points you're racking up here. Look at that high score.
Yeah.
It's even more distracting because every time you kill one, it like falls.
Yeah, and it spawns a big green orb.
This is what we call genius game design.
Yeah. These pink things actually do kill you if you come into contact with them, but with the multi-way, you should be safe. Anyway. We're out of there. Alright. Hopefully we first try this boss. We got the setup.
guy. I remember this dude.
Yeah. Ah, you did it. Yeah, what you want for that boss is twist plus 2 options.
Melts his HP.
Yep. Melts like butter. And you get a nice persistent sound effect along with it throughout the whole boss. Alright. So, we have transitioned to the second half of the game. And everything got a lot harder. This is actually one of the hardest areas in the whole game. This is the platform gimmick from Yoshi's Island, I think. Except this time it's a block, and it's also not fun.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
We want to have fun here.
Mario 3, my bad.
So we have the Yellow Devil coming up.
We do. That is the next boss. And if my reputation of being good at this boss holds up, then I should first try it.
I've heard the tales of your skill at this boss. They've traveled far and wide. It's gonna be okay, I believe it.
Really though, it is probably one of my favorite bosses in this game. Most people would disagree. Most people would say it's a steaming pile of trash, especially if they've played Culture 2. But I think it's fun.
Culture 2 is easier than this, I think. If only for the fact that you could fight it with a charge shot. You play your cards right.
Yeah, with the charge shot, it's definitely easier. I think without it, though, it's relatively unchanged. Okay, let's just get past this.
This guy's gonna donate dollars to Fangames without corners.
Nice.
It's a bold statement. He's putting his money where his mouth is. We expect to see a first try.
Where can you donate to Fangames without corners?
I don't know. We should get this channeled affiliate at least, right?
Isn't this a partner channel?
I
Fangame
don't think so.
Marathon?
It doesn't stream enough, I guess. Maybe after the weekend? I don't know. I don't know what their criteria is. Maybe after like 3 days of this, you'll have the option to make this channel affiliated, and people can throw bits at it. Hey, don't sell out for me, man. That's scummy. Don't do that.
What's my timer at right now? Just wondering.
1:32.
That's a good time.
Having a fantastic time. It is partnered, but so it's partnered without the sub button, which is actually like a thing for some channels, I think. Where would it go? To the Fangames Without Corners Foundation, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, that's not what I want.
People writing letters about how their cats and dogs are trapped in corners and had to be put down, and we can prevent these things from happening.
We can
Just
have
a couple of bits a day.
one of those sad animal commercials like PETA does, but it's for corners.
The SPCA commercials, the dogs that are all downtrodden. Terrible. Pull on your heartstrings, show you corner jumps with little kittens inside of it.
A kitten trapped in a corner jump. Can't get out because it doesn't have the right align.
His life counts too. He didn't get his degree in Pixology.
Okay, let me out of here, please.
We shouldn't make a mockery of the Doctors Without Borders, though. Cancer's serious business.
Doctors Without Borders is, I think, just for doctors, though. It's not just for cancer. That's the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Well. Someone's got to get the kittens out of the corners.
Oh. Sorry if some of the commentary for this game hasn't necessarily been about the game. There comes a point where you just don't have anything to say. Oh, there's a trap.
I mean, I guess
oh, I died.
We can sit here and talk about how this room's a hot piece of garbage and what the hell was he thinking when he made it, but I'd be saying that pretty much every room through the whole run. So.
This room has some fantastic pixel art on the bottom. Straight from Xanto, the man himself. Oh yeah, that's a trap. Oh, this room. I bet you'll remember this one, Para.
It's like a... Oof. Yeah.
The color maze of despair.
It's like a maze of Legos that kill you.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like some squares that just don't... that are always lethal.
Yeah, that's the weird part. There's just some squares that he just decided to make persistently red. Oops. This is a test of your short hopping skills.
This game isn't even made in, like...
This game was made in the
right?
Yo Sniper engine. This is a Yo Sniper classic.
Yeah, I mean, think about that for a minute. Yo Sniper engine.
Although I think he may have changed the physics a little bit from the Yo Sniper engine, but I'm not sure. Because it feels a bit closer to normal physics than Yo Sniper's engine does. Oh yeah, I forgot to jump here. Here's another screamer, so enjoy this. Damn, it killed me. It's actually a lethal screamer. Aw, dude, this room sucks. I always hate trying to control myself here, because it's so frustrating. You feel like you're making progress, but then you have to go back to dodge the fireballs. It's just the worst. Alright. And here's just a gold bat, so why not? I don't think I'd even say this is a boss, it's just a thing.
A thing.
It's just there.
Everything in this game, something tries to murder you.
This is another classic room. This sound effect haunts my nightmares.
every room really serves up a unique kind of cancer.
Yeah, some rooms especially. Alright, buddy. Your time's up.
I think that's like kind of the most fascinating part of this game is it just like he's always coming up with crazy ways to murder you that are just more terrible than the one before it.
Spooky. Jump too early. This gimmick is going to appear more than once. Everyone's favorite waiting game. Oh, and yet another screamer served out hot and fresh. This one's actually funny though. He's definitely not coming back.
It's like so random. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Speaking of random. Alright, here he is, the man himself.
We're expecting first try.
Never mind. He did the one attack I don't like. Sorry, I let you down, guys. Okay, well that was embarrassing. Just pretend that death didn't happen. I promise, in practice I beat this guy first try.
That kid's gonna stay stuck in that corner forever.
Damn.
Could have bought him out. Could have bought him a ticket to freedom. Got him the line he needed. Oh well.
Oh no. I guess I owe Chrono money now. See, now the spirit's gone that I've already died once. First try spirit.
Oh.
The best thing this boss can do is continuously jump around. That's rough. Oh, come on. Yeah, that attack is, I probably should have changed that, to be honest. Don't worry guys, this is the attempt. There's no way this has taken more than 3 minutes or however long it's been.
Let's not panic, it's in the bag. Everything's under control. boss always will jump pretty much to like in your direction wherever you are. So a big part of this fight, this goes for the Culture 2 version, is that you have to use that to manipulate his position in relation to yours to make sure that you always leave yourself an out to dodge.
I swear to God.
Don't want to be in the corner. Like the cat.
You scumbag. No, I didn't make this game.
He helped update it a little bit. Clean out some of the cancer, but there's still quite a bit left. That was a glorious choke. Proud of you.
That was hardly a choke. That
Yeah,
was
I know.
like...
It's like a 1 hit point boss death.
Yeah, that sucks.
I never like that attack either when he like goes on the ground.
No, it's like, it's too long. That's the problem with it. He should probably only do it like 3 times. Panicked. Oops. Something weird just happened. My monitor just turned off for a second, but seems like I'm good now.
Lose connection, maybe?
No, I believe the stream is still online.
Make sure your monitor is well connected.
It really isn't. But I can't really fix that right now. For some reason, the cord that connects it is like... I don't know, it just won't fit in right.
Just pretend like it's a new gimmick.
It's a new gimmick.
Flashing screen gimmick.
This guy cannot go one attack without doing this. Oh, come on. He started a new attack when I was dodging the last. Those kittens aren't coming out of the corners anytime soon.
Nah, you can just forget them. They're gonna grow up and die in there. So did you change anything about this boss?
Yeah, I changed one attack. The one I just died to, I made it so he actually has a tell for when he's gonna do it, and he doesn't just slam the ground out of nowhere.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. That's the only thing I changed, though. Of course.
Of course.
Para OFC. Oh my god.
This boss was in Culture 2 as in the optional boss rush. I would like to say that I take no responsibility for it being there.
It's a fun boss, I'm telling you.
I woke up one morning and went to work and found out that there was a boss rush in my game. And it was just like, where are we gonna put it? I had already picked all the bosses. This boss used to, like, break the game, too.
Oh
When
no.
you killed this boss, it would break the timer in the game.
Yeah, that's the thing that happened. Come on. I'm telling you, man, he never does this attack this much.
I'm sure he doesn't.
This is ludicrous.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god. You scumbag.
Just spamming it. He knows what you like and what you don't. He's a sentient thing.
Yep. Alright. We got him.
Doesn't like that ground attack. Better double up on that.
First try? Yes, the area of annoying sound effects is what I call this.
Is this the area with the bomb?
Yes, yes it is. This
that
is this is the very screen.
I'm a couple of seconds behind you. But yeah, there's that one screen where there's the bottom right corner.
Yep, this is it.
You gotta drop the bomb and there's like no room.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a horrible design this room is.
This room is probably one of like the worst things in the game. Especially this save. Okay, well, I got really lucky and I made it.
Is there a technique to that, or do you just kind of wing it every time?
I have kind of a technique, but usually the timing is off every time, so I kind of have to wing it. This part of the area I actually did not practice today, so I'll probably die to some of the traps. Yeah. Oh yeah, this save is oddly easy.
Every room has like its own little thing, man.
Yeah. Like I said, this area is where this game starts getting brutal.
He never gives you like one thing and then like makes you sit through it for too many segments. He's like always switching it up and giving you.
Yeah, each save is like, it's its own thing. Like, once you get through with that save, you're usually done with that gimmick, except in some cases where he reuses them. Alright, on to the first Dart Kid mini-boss. These are interesting because they're not actually bosses, they're quick-paced puzzles. I'm not really sure how to describe them, but they're frustrating.
It's more of a mini game than a boss.
Yeah.
A mandatory, terrible mini game.
But yeah, with this you just gotta shoot them in the order he says, and if you shoot the wrong one, a giant X appears over you with a really loud sound effect, just in case you didn't get that you messed up.
These are random every single time, right?
No, it's actually the same thing. Every time it's the same order. You'll notice sometimes he gets a bit trolly. Especially here, you gotta shoot the gray one instead of the purple. Sometimes if you just take them slow, you can usually do it. There we go. There's actually a small trap after this, so if you're not paying attention, it'll get you. And that sign just doesn't mean anything. I think for this room, he just took a random clip art of a reindeer, and he just made an enemy out of it. That's really the only explanation I can come up with. It's actually annoying if they spawn on the right while you're on this little elevator, because you can't really react to them. Alright, and this is a weird gimmick. There's some momentum here, and you're bouncing around. So this isn't typical fan game platforming. Do you remember this?
Oh yes! It's a great pleasure in watching other people that we know try to get through this.
Yeah. Typically,
this did not leave a lot of smiles on people's faces.
momentum-based platforming is not usually well received in platforming, or in fan games, that is. This jump is annoying.
It's not even the fact that it's momentum based, it's the fact that your guy's like always bouncing when he moves.
Yeah,
So
that's part of it too.
getting consistency on jumps that are so precise with a gimmick that functions this way is really obnoxious.
Thankfully, I'm fairly consistent with it, so that's nice. One thing that's annoying is if you die with this thing, the music actually restarts. Remember back in the days when everyone had restarting music?
Still in those days, I think, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Wonder.
How do you do this room? Oh yes, like that. Grab the save. This trigger is very hard to survive. You have to, like, you can only barely get in there. Okay. Some blind drops here, you gotta be careful. It's kind of a bit of a cheese for this one. You can just do that. It's a lot easier. Alright, I think that's it. Yep, that's it for this gimmick. Back to our functional kid. So this boss, it's very mobile, it goes everywhere, and it has a couple attacks that are kind of hard to see. Yeah, this is the attack I was talking about. The bullets in here are kind of hard to see. and they do home in on you vertically. Damn. I was never a big fan of this boss. It's like, it's not that hard, but it's also not that fun.
By the time you get to this room, you're so happy that you're not stuck in that bouncing guy anymore that it seems like a dream come true.
Yeah, that is part of it, though. You're just happy to be controlling the kid again. Oops. That was a good attempt. Alright. What's he doing? Oh. Shoot. The thing about the bubbles is when you shoot them, it's random which direction the fragments go. They can either go diagonally or horizontally. So, I got the short end.
You gotta add a little RNG to it, right, to make it interesting.
Yeah? What's a boss without RNG? Gotta love the classic Yo Sniper quote. RNG does not belong in avoidance fights. With not completely capitalized. Alright. That was a pretty quick kill on that boss. Sometimes it takes me longer just because of the other attacks it does, because there are some attacks we didn't see.
You know, do you know about where your time would usually be at this point?
No, I haven't done many runs of this game this far. Usually I quit around the middle end, the middle mark, that is. Like around the Mega Man area is where I stop.
These long runs are grueling.
Yep. Well, that's the hardest platforming area out of the way. So the first half of this one, well, it is kind of ugly visually. It is. I like the platforming in this one because it's kind of puzzly. There's also a few long platform rides again, except this time without any bees. Don't mind me, I'm just falling off. Yeah, here's where the puzzly stuff comes in. You got these bullet deflectors. Really satisfying sound effect on them. almost forgot about the trap. And then I died to another trap. Don't worry. All's good in the world. That's not what I was supposed to do. What is this again? Right. This is an especially puzzly room. Oh. My first playthrough of this game spanned months. That's all I can say, really.
Yeah, I was the same boat here.
It was quite the journey.
I wonder if I still have my, I probably still don't have it on my computer.
What am I doing? Not months of continuous play, but just months of like occasionally coming back to it, fighting a boss, getting bored, and then quitting. But then there are those triumphant moments when you actually beat the boss and you actually get to move on in the game. You get to see all the new content, all the amazing content that Xanto crafted just for you. This room is very confusing your first time, because at the end it really seems like there's nothing you can do to dodge the barrels, but there is a specific thing that you have to do.
So I do still have it on my computer, and I checked my hours, and according to my save file, I had it said this. The game says it was 22 hours. But I don't know how accurate that clock is, and that's also, you know, 22 hours at my skill level, whatever it was way back then. But I mean, that was over the course a long time. Like you, I quit at one point and didn't come back for a couple months.
What? I wasn't paying attention, I must have missed.
I mean, that's a lot of time for a fan game. 20 hours? A free fan game?
Yep. Oh. I hate
But
this
I mean,
room.
I think if you were to play it now, you'd probably be better. Like, some of the nerfs that he's done since then.
Alright, I think we're about done with this area. We just got like another platform ride over here.
Well, I mean, Overlord, putting 20 hours in Overlord is not unreasonable. Your first playthrough?
I don't want to do anything too, like that's... Like 20 hours is also very reasonable for that.
But that's a much more pleasant 20 hours than
Yeah.
what's gonna happen with this game. In Overlord, you're kind of like always progressing. The game is always flowing. And in this game, you're gonna be sitting in a boss's room praying to RNGesus a lot. And that's if you don't throw up from all the trolls and booby traps.
Alright, this boss is called Mutant Pointy Bean. We just want to let that sink in for a moment.
Yeah, I don't want to be anything too. Yeah, you're 40 is like a reasonable amount of time for your first playthrough. Some of the bosses in that are very learn heavy.
Oops. It looks like a pregnant Vic Viper. I don't know how to describe this boss.
I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a... I don't know. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. There's a couple of bosses in this game. I just don't know what it is. I don't know where it's from or what it's supposed to be, or why he picked it. It's a very random game at times in terms of the traps and the bosses.
Yeah. Well, then again, it was 2013, so that's what Fangames were.
It has a sack and it's long. It has some... Is that a shell on it? Is it like some sort of a crustacean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Maybe somebody will recognize it from some obscure game.
Well, you know Xanto, he loves his obscure RPGs on the SNES.
Yeah. Xanto streams a lot of like retro, like RPG stuff, like not even like stuff you would have heard of. Like it's just, and I grew up in that era, and a lot of the games he plays, I don't even know what they are.
That attack sucks. I kinda wish he would stop doing this one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games. I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a number of games in this community that are honestly better than games I've played on Steam. Like some of these you could charge money for.
Well, you know, besides the copyright thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of quality though. I mean, there's a lot of terrible, mediocre platformers and stuff on Steam. And some of our guys are making games that really are of a quality level that you could justify charging money for. Speaking of which, I mean, there's actually going to be a fan game on Steam shortly. Well, I guess that's the last day of the marathon. They'll be digging into that.
Yeah, I believe it'll be coming out in a few months on Steam. You can buy it, you can play with your friends, and yeah. You'll hear more about that on Sunday, I think.
Yeah. It's made by the same person who made the game that was on before this, the co-op game.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, just an amazing piece of production. Yeah, if you go on Steam, it's called, I don't know if you can search it on Steam, but it was put on Greenlight, and it passed the Greenlight. It's called I Want to Be the Cat.
I think in my splits, this area is appropriately named Heck. You can tell me if it seems like a good name or not. This room is like a maze, but it's with skeletons, and it's fun.
He just keeps coming up with these weird gimmicks in like every room. It's like, my god. Yeah, well, I mean, we don't want to offend our Disney overlords by saying heck. We don't want to upset the children. Even though they should be in bed by now, but still.
I don't know, what time is it on the west coast of the US right now? Is it like 7 o'clock?
Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock, yeah.
There is music in this area actually, but it's pretty quiet.
Oh, it is Friday night, and it is summer. Yeah, okay.
I think coming up
We
after
get
this.
Don to do a Culture 2 for one of his friends. He's racing Culture 2 tomorrow with Cake Sauce and Wolfie. They're on right before me. Three-way race should be interesting.
Tons of skulls at once there. Ah, this mini game. Oh boy.
Have I played I Want to Be the Overlord? No, I'm just running it tomorrow because it looked like a cool game.
So in this mini game, he's gonna give you 2 colored orbs, and you gotta shoot the right one, or else you get the giant obnoxious X and you die.
The name of the game for the blind race, I don't think it has a permanent name yet. I think there's...
Yeah, there's not a decided name yet. Ah, damn. Okay, that's where my memory ended. That was near the end of it, though. This was much harder than the other mini game that we had.
Yeah, I was not a fan of this one.
Yeah. This music is like draining your soul when you play this.
I had the stream muted so I could just hear you without the echo, and I just turned on the music and I instantly wanted to end my life.
Yeah. Alright, he does that. Oh shit! I mean, shoot.
Don't appreciate that kind of language here, buddy.
I fired an extra shot.
Have moral and ethical standards here. I'm gonna try really hard to be on good behavior tomorrow.
Alright, I gotta focus when that part comes up, because it is exactly 8 shots to clear those waves. So I'm gonna count as I shoot them. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Ah, we did it. That minigame is the worst. So now we get into the actual platforming part of this. This is one of the weirdest gimmicks in the game. There's a thing that follows you and it circles around a point, but it only either follows your horizontal position or your vertical position. And the horizontal ones are fairly easy to keep track of, but when we get to the vertical ones, it gets very funky. Oh yeah, that's a thing. I actually kind of like the design for this this part here. It's kind of clever, except for, you know, the spike trap. But it's nice and quiet down here, so you can listen to my lack of commentary.
Oh. I guess that's my cue. Was reading Discord.
What are they saying over there?
Somebody was talking about not another Magic Tower game, which is going to get run tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's a run?
He saw a screenshot of the game, like the map, and he thought the game looked short, and I just laughed.
Yeah, that's a long game.
I don't want to shame anybody, but yeah, it's quite a lengthy game. I probably won't be awake for that tomorrow, but if you are, I highly recommend watching that run. That is really something.
Oh, come on. What am I doing? There we go. Oh.
Yeah, Nader. He's very good at that game, obviously. But I've enjoyed watching his runs of it. If you've never seen that game before either, it's really a unique fan game, unlike any other.
Alright, here's the extremely weird part. Their movements may seem like nonsense, but I assure you they are following a pattern. And yes, it is difficult to keep track of them. Oh my god. Alright, so
I don't know much about the Magic Tower update. It's probably so far away that I would just forget about it. By the time you forget about it, it'll maybe happen.
oh, what happened? Thought I landed on the block there. I think I'm starting to get sweaty palm syndrome.
Pull it together. You can do it.
God, I slipped off.
Seem to be doing alright though, all things considered. Couple of rough bosses, but you're hanging in there.
Yeah, haven't really gotten stuck somewhere yet. Oops. Well, back to square one, I guess. Of course. He really didn't have to go vertical with his gimmick. Just saying. It didn't have to happen. Everything would have been fine if he just kept it the way it was. Oh my god.
Pandy in the chat will be running
My man.
Orbit in tomorrow morning for me, but if you're EU, tomorrow afternoon. That's quite a game as well. If you've never seen Orbit, you might know Orbit from seeing it referenced in other games, but the source material is something. It's certainly something. I think a lot of people think of Orbit, they think of like the Permanence 2 references to it. But yeah, I mean that's a crazy game as well, with a lot of weird gimmicks and serious bosses.
Yeah, that game is like, it's not for the faint of heart. Alright, we're almost out of here.
There's a lot of good runs and good games that are going to be played over the next day or two. Looking at the schedule. We have right after you're done, there's a Justice Guy race. These two guys are going to, it's a 100% race, it looks like. That's another pretty serious game. 100% in that is no easy task. Then there's going to be a Series Z3 to Boss Rush. Cake Sauce is doing a whole bunch of stuff.
So this boss isn't too bad. There's only a couple attacks that are annoying, but what it usually does is it spawns things, and you gotta kill them. And it spawns a lot of them.
Don't knock Z3, man. It's the new meta.
It's the sacred.
Don't. It's pretty terrible. Don't worry, you'll have your Kill the Brick meta next year. I'm telling you, that's where I'm putting my money on. Kill the Brick. It's gonna be all the rage. For those difficult speedruns in Culture 2.
Oh my god. You ever have those moments where you try to full jump and then your character does a tiny little jump cancel thing? Because that happens to me a lot.
It used to happen a lot with my old keyboard. It might be like related to your keyboard.
Well, I just got this keyboard last year, so...
Well, the keyboard that I had that problem with was a relatively new keyboard too. I got a Razer, and then a couple of months after I had it, I had that happening a lot, where like I thought I would jump with my guy, would do like these weird mid-air cancels and stuff, which is a neat trick, except you don't ever want to do it when you hit the button. And then I got rid of it, and I got like a Jabroni brand mechanical keyboard, and it's been great. Never happened since.
Gotta love the Jabroni brands.
It's a good keyboard. It's held up well.
Oh god. Yeah, that wasn't gonna dodge that. Too much stuff on my plate. But yeah, this boss just has a lot of health. Just gotta survive its attacks.
Memory Temple. Yeah, you have to mute that game, I think.
Yeah, that game actually like destroys your ears.
It's literally probably the worst fan game I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad.
And that's a bold statement. I don't throw that around lightly. I've seen a lot. Yeah, I'm excited for the C2 race tomorrow. It's gonna be great. I'm glad to see people are playing it, and racing it, and running it. I don't know if it'll continue after the marathon, but I'm glad someone's representing.
Oh jeez. No! It had 1 HP left. Ah, that's the annoying attack. 'Cause if you get caught under that, then you're dead. You want it to spam this attack, because this is like super easy to dodge.
Gotta keep working on that update, Seth. The remake of I Want to Be the 8-Bit is amazing so far. Make it happen, Seth.
Once this boss dies, we'll have 2 more areas from this hub. Then it'll be the final area.
Yeah, there's no FGM, just FM.
We don't talk about FGM here.
No. No. The appropriate abbreviation is FM.
That was a pretty close one at the end there. So, good thing I killed it. Alright, moving on. I believe the next stage is the one.
What's wrong with FGM? For reasons, we changed it to just FM. The old acronym was already taken. Let's put it that way.
Yes, the moles make a return, in case you missed them from the desert area. That was so long ago.
Is there another hour to go?
Is it 2 hours now?
You're at 2.5 right now.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
So you got 2 areas in the final area. Just kind of depends, honestly, on how the bosses treat them.
Yeah, it really does. Oh, a guy spawned right on my face there. Oh. Yeah, there are garden gnomes that do a countdown. And if they reach the bottom of the countdown, then they poke your butt and you die.
Again, I just gotta watch this. I wonder where they come up with all this. Everything's so weird. It's so random.
Yes, they are called the butt pokers. That is the official name of this enemy. Alright, you don't want to shoot these last 2 because you don't have enough time. So you just kind of gotta get out of there. And here's a bit of an underused gimmick. It's just some rings you can hang on. I believe he used this for one of the bosses in Don't Want to Be Anything 2. So that was an interesting throwback.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in this game that felt like it were like sort of a test run for what showed up in his next game.
Oh, I just kind of jumped over that one. That was impeccable timing. This area contains a lot of bees. So, that's something.
It certainly is.
It's a marvelous thing.
It's a thing. It's something.
Oh. More moles, just what I wanted.
Well, it's the later stages, so you gotta start combining those gimmicks. Make it interesting.
Oh yeah, there's another one here. Just... Oh no, he killed me! I was about to say that one was late to the party, but...
He was right on time.
He got the last laugh.
Right on time.
I just kind of throw all the moles down in this hole here. They can go have fun with each other. Alright, this is a... I think this is technically the boss for this part. It's not really a boss though. It's a platforming challenge.
The chase.
Yep. Xanto's classic choice of music always impresses.
Ugh, I just turned it on.
And that ring down there is a trap. If you go there, then you're dead. So that's fun. I don't actually know the name of this song. I just associate it with horse races.
Who's managing the Fangame Marathon playlist in between the,
I don't know.
I don't know if this is one of the iconic Fangame songs like the others, but I'm sure it'll drive up viewership at least 10 to 20%.
Alright, we made it. Yeah, poor Kirby is kind of left behind. You just have to wait for him now. That sound effect you hear, that buzz sound, is actually bees being killed. It is slaughter of bees. It's a horrifying thought.
It's a good playlist.
Alright, this area is like... it's the worst. There are so many annoying rooms in this area.
TNT mine, right?
Yeah. Some precise B platforming, just what I always wanted. Oh yeah, that happens. Surprise! Oh, it got me again. Yeah, Andres, the area, the boss of this area is the hardest boss in the game.
Don't even know if I remember it.
You'll probably recognize it. So with this bee, if you want to drive him out, you gotta stay close to him. Alright, here's the gimmick that everyone loves. RNG bombs, and by RNG they're like, it's random what distance they go when you shoot them. And you have to line them up like perfectly with the wall. It's just not a great time. Thankfully with that one you can kinda guide him up against there without shooting him. Okay. Just barely made that one. Alright, we're making quick pace through this stage. I'd like to keep it that way, although the most annoying screen is yet to come. This one is pretty great. Come on. Yeah. Alright, here's the horrible nightmare screen. So there's conveyors and there's bombs, and there's blocks that you have to break with the bombs. It's not a great combo. Okay. Yeah, Andres knows what I'm talking about. This is just awful. Oh, I missed. What sucks is even if you get a bomb at the back there, you can just not get him in the hole. He just bounces around, and then he explodes, and you're left with no will to live.
What a delightful gimmick.
Yep. Alright, we got one. Or maybe we don't. Oh, yeah, we do. Alright, so you need two. So let's get a second. Oh. Ah, it's not working out. Oh no! Okay. We didn't die. Oh, come on. Come on! Okay, I think we're good. Just get in the hole. Okay. Oh yeah, the wood falls on your face here. So that's fun. Oh my god. This is what happens when you don't practice stages, you just forget all the traps. In case you didn't have enough conveyors and bees in your life, here's this screen. Enjoy. They're really fast conveyors too. Like, you really get going when you stand on these babies. These guys have a lot of HP. Thankfully you can mash them down. So this screen is actually one that I changed because the triggers were so precise. Especially that last one. Alright, on to the boss. So this is the hardest boss in the entire game. And this is the one I was worried about the most.
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember being stuck here quite a while myself.
Oh, that's bad. You haven't seen the heart attacks yet, except for that one when it packs you really tightly in the snowstorm. It's like, it's not much you can do about that, man. This rock attack sucks because you can't damage it while she's doing it. Yes, pray to RNGesus. So about the snake, I removed the snake from this boss because it was the worst attack I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that was the main problem with this boss, and now that it's gone, like, the boss is still hard, but it's way less tedious. Alright, this is the big RNG attack. Yep, it got me. If I could have survived that, I would have beaten it. we go again. That is like... You have to get so lucky to dodge that thing.
It's just the one attack, right? Pretty much.
Oh. My monitor's doing the thing again.
Spotlight mode.
Yeah, this is not good. Oh, okay, it's back.
I mean, it's like that with a lot of the fights in this game. There's always like one thing that's like terrible, and you pray that you don't get it.
Yeah, that is the case with a lot of these bosses.
The less you get it, the higher likelihood you're gonna beat the boss. You can like dodge like 3 or 4 of the attacks semi-consistently. You just grind away till you get those, not the ones that you can't.
My least favorite attack, though, is the rocks, just because it takes forever and you can't shoot it during it. It's just a time waster attack. Oh, well. Yep. I think I probably could have dodged that on the right, but it just fell too fast and the hitboxes are too big. Oh, that was bad timing. But yeah, this boss is pretty much the biggest roadblock. And seeing the other bosses in this game, like, that's a pretty big statement. What was that? Also, the thing with the rocks is they can be random, like the trajectory he throws it. Sometimes it can throw off your rhythm. That was bad timing again. So the snowstorm attack is actually decent when it's only 3 icicles, but when there's 4 of them, it's really bad. Yeah, like this. Oh my god. Great attack, huh?
Yep.
Because you can't jump up and get damage while it does this. Ah, we've done it. I somehow managed to kill it before it did that attack. We got the god RNG.
Your prayers have been answered.
There we go. So we should be home for the end now. Like,
It was coming though.
yeah, that attack was coming.
Like another second, one way or the other, and you might not have made it.
Alright, we got one more area. Thankfully this area is pretty tame. It can be frustrating though. So yeah, this area is kind of weird because it's the only area that's not based off of a 2D platformer. Yeah, I believe it's Dragon Warrior.
Uh-huh.
Quest, yeah.
It's
Chrono.
Yeah. Wow. On NA, when this first came out, it was Dragon Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think the first 3 ones on the Nintendo in North America were called Warrior.
Oh, God. Let me out of here.
That, started calling it by Quest. And they went 16-bit. This is one of the few areas I actually did remember.
We were actually going to take a screen from this area for Culture 2, but the thing about this game is that the screens are kind of all connected to each other in a weird way, so there's not like one single screen that you can take. And the screens that do stand out are not ones you want. That's for sure.
Someone was talking to me about Metal Max the other day. Not familiar with the series. Just gonna look it up actually.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be going very far under estimate in this game, if at all.
You're almost, you're like pretty much right at the 3-hour mark right now.
Yeah. It's gonna be close. Ah yes, this segment. A personal favorite of mine. And by that I mean, it's like the worst. Ugh. Damn. I hate the platforms in this game because you can't latch onto them like regular fan games. You have to land right on them. Can we get some "Oh my dogs" in the chat? This is fun. Alright, we got it. Nice stonk.
Jesus.
Oh, that's what's going on.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god. Oh no, I saved down here. That's not what I want.
It's a small detour.
Yeah, well, the small detours add up. I don't got much time to lose right now.
You're taking the scenic route. It's alright.
Let me up here. Thank you. Damn. These dogs are ferocious.
Trained killers.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make a living here. Oh no.
Sometimes when you hear us talk about Fangames, you'll hear us refer to things as being Xantonian. This is the sort of things that we talk about.
Oh no. Oh my god. Something ever disgust you so bad you don't know how to talk? That's basically what's going on right now. With this segment.
Streamer is very upset at the moment.
It's okay guys, good vibes. Positive vibes.
It's gonna be fine. Everything's under control. Just another day in paradise.
No. This is the end, man.
But you guys might have to lend him your energy.
This is why Para's here. If I didn't have him, I'd actually be going insane right now. Let me out.
It's a real scumbag segment for sure.
We're out.
Bark the vibes to the streamer. I guess we'll take that too.
Of course.
See? It's done. It's fine. Everything's fine.
That was close. Remember at the start when I said this game was long? It's pretty long.
Signed up for it.
It's true.
We were like, you know what I would like? I'd like to run Xanto's game. I'd like to do a 3-hour and 45-minute long speed run in front of a large crowd of people with a game full of RNG bosses and instant-giving booby traps. Because that's fucking fun.
Well, you know what?
I just broke Disney Protocol. Damn it.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I should have just kept my mouth shut. Nobody would have noticed. That's alright. It's gonna get worse tomorrow.
So that doorway brings you to a screen that says "Thou art dead."
It's true. Somebody's got to do it. Last year, Zurai did the really long Xanto run. He had like a three? It's the same kind of thing, where it's like 3.5, 4 hour long run, and he nailed it.
That was a long run.
He nailed it within like a minute of his estimate, or 2 minutes, something crazy.
You remember this screen?
Oh yeah, I remember this area.
So this screen you can't jump, and that's already a fantastic premise. But you know Xanto, he goes above and beyond Call of Duty. Meanwhile, you have super calming music while you're tearing your arms out trying to do this. Gotta stay focused.
I haven't played my game in a week because I want to stay calm. I'm going by like the thing we were talking about earlier, or maybe some time off will help you keep your focus more than overplaying it. That's my hope.
Okay. It's all good.
It's quite the boss.
I'm trying to tell myself that this is gonna reach estimate, but I don't know.
Well, if you're a couple minutes over, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, but the problem is I may not be a couple minutes over.
Well, don't worry about it. Just keep going. It's fine. You do as much as you can.
Oh.
If it all falls apart, you face public humiliation, then, you know, that's an outcome, too.
Yeah, it certainly is.
It certainly is an outcome.
I think the thing about this run is that I've just been choking like everywhere instead of getting stuck at one spot. So it's just overall been kind of lousy.
Yeah, I think you're getting in that place too mentally where you're not happy with how it's going, and then that's perpetuating more problems.
Well, the thing is, I don't care about the run. I just want to finish it.
Well, you got over a half hour left.
Yeah, I don't know, because I still have the entire final area, including the elevator. You know.
Well, maybe you'll just wreck it. Maybe you'll just wreck it.
I don't know about that.
I mean, that'll be up to marathon management what they want to do, but just get as far as you can.
Oops.
If you're like a fan game player, maybe a casual player, and you're not in the marathon, and maybe you're in the community, and you've never tried speedrunning something, you should try it like just once. Just, especially if you watch a lot of people run games in the community and you've never tried running something, like run a game one time, and it really gives you a whole different perspective on what people go through when they try to speedrun anything. The frustration and the psychology behind like trying to grasp on for dear life and salvage it. The psychological impact of knowing that it's not going well and you're frantically trying to keep it together.
So yeah, then there's this boss. I don't know, it's kinda hard, I guess. It usually kills me a few times. Ooh, that was close. Ah, he was just hopping over, just hopping on over. Nothing I could have done
Little
about
hippity
that.
hopping slime. Can't get mad at him. Look at that guy. He's so happy to be here.
Oh yeah, there's this one part of this boss that is like just awful, where you can spawn a thing that comes in and heals it. That's it right there. And it heals it for a lot of health, so if you don't kill that thing like right away, you're gonna lose a lot of progress.
Yeah, definitely if you speedrun a game, it will change your perspective on that game, for sure.
Yeah.
You'll like whatever game you try speedrunning, you'll never look at it the same way ever again. And it'll be hard for you to ever like play it again without speedrunning it and like find enjoyment.
I like that. In the chat, hippity hoppity, get off my property. Alright, well, we're heading into the final area now, so we'll see how it goes. This has been quite the journey, I'll say. Feels like forever ago I was in the Mario area. It's time to pick up the pace.
Eh, just everything's fine.
Wrong warp into credits. Oh man. This is a fun memorization screen. And here is... I don't even know how to describe this.
That is what I would commonly refer to as a bad room.
Yeah?
I think that would be
here we go again.
best way to sum that one up. When bad ideas become games.
Vaughn muted. Maybe. Oh my god, it did the... Ah! Why does it have so much health? Blame Xanto, guys. Oh no!
Beeps.
Yeah, I like it. That's why I'm constantly dying here. Just so you guys have to listen to it. Alright, the Lions are back with a vengeance. Oh, I died.
Is there any other boss between here and the final boss?
Yeah, there's two. They're both pretty easy though. They shouldn't take me long. If I get to them, that is. I'm definitely going to get to the next boss, but after that it's... I don't know.
Well, after your run, there's supposed to be a race for Justice Guy, which is what was originally planned. So...
Oh yeah, he's back.
yeah, he's here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing a 100% of Justice Guy. You might have seen some Justice Guy runs, like Denfrock used to run it quite a bit, and some other people. But the 100% is really it's a very different beast. Actually, isn't that what Denfrock tried to do last marathon? Was that 100%?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's a really intense run. There's a lot to that, and these two guys are gonna race it after this is over. So if you've never
saves torture.
so if you've never seen like the extra stuff in Justice Guy, the 100% encompasses like a lot more than maybe what most people have ever seen in the game. Yeah, it's like 36 bosses or something crazy. I mean, it's serious. So that should be something that I think would be interesting for a lot of Fangame players who probably have never seen that content.
Yeah, that room was awful. The traps are just bad. Oh yeah, I like this room. Oh my god. Damn. To these lions.
Get lion.
If I said this room was fun, I'd be lying.
Oh. Maybe this. Maybe you should be more concerned with your bad puns than the run.
Alright, so what happened there was, that's another part where I have to restart my game. And I didn't hit the save, so we'll be doing this again. Alright, let's actually just restart our game now. See if this fixes it.
Looks like some new viewers have arrived.
Have they?
Yeah, I don't want to make you feel like you're under any more pressure or anything.
Who cares at this point?
Yeah, I mean, hello Cherno, and thank you for the post-raid support, Big Schlong,
Oh
all that
no.
you offer.
Sponsored by Disney.
I don't think Disney has a problem with Big Schlongs, do they?
Alright, well I somehow missed that save while falling in twice, so that's cool. And this is the big elevator we were talking about.
But we really appreciate all of our friends outside our community who are supporting us with raids and hosts. We can talk privately about Schlong after the run. So what you're watching is a speed run by Piece of Cheese of Xanto's first Fangame. I Don't Want to Be Anything, the original.
Oh, I
It
died.
is a very difficult, very long game.
I don't usually die on this segment actually, so that's unfortunate. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a really, really rough save. You always hear Fangame players talk about auto scroll and such, and this is. Oh, we didn't do the mirror yet, did we?
No. That's directly after the next boss.
Oh. So yeah, I guess Xanto in his infinite wisdom decided that putting a bunch of gigantic auto-scroller late in the game would be a good way to make it harder. And as terrible as this elevator is, the next auto-scroller is the one that made me quit the game for like 6 months.
Yeah, this elevator is nothing compared to the next one. So.
Although you did practice that room earlier before the
Yeah, I
run
didn't.
today, right?
I didn't practice this. Oh my god. Okay. Oh man. I'm only a little disappointed in myself for dying there twice.
That's our built character.
I can't believe I beat this game in 3 hours, 16 minutes. That run really was insane. I did practice this game, but I didn't practice this segment because usually I'm pretty consistent at it.
Yeah, nobody likes auto scroll segments.
And yeah, you really don't want to play those.
They're just the worst. And the only thing worse than an auto-scroller segment is a long one with no saves.
Am I doing that wrong? I don't understand why I'm dying there. I think I'm forgetting something about that. So yeah. This run will not be finished, by the way. I'm just gonna say that right now. If the final area, like, the final area before the final boss didn't exist, then maybe, but nah.
We got another 19 minutes.
Yeah, that's not nearly enough. That's maybe enough to beat the mirror segment and maybe the boss after it. I wish I could finish this game. I probably should have set the estimate for 4 hours. It's my bad. Okay, yeah, I was doing that wrong. I have to stand on the left. Oh my god. I remembered that, but I didn't know which direction it came from, and it turns out it was the left.
Chat believes in you. I believe in you.
I mean, I'm gonna beat this elevator, but there's just not enough time to finish the game.
You're gonna have to dig deep into yourself, your darkest places, find the power to get through this. Been through 3.5 hours of booby traps and bad bosses.
Mr. Wonderful doesn't believe in me.
Nobody cares what he thinks. I'm trying to be supportive. That's what you asked me here to do.
Oh, you're doing your job for sure.
Even if I'm lying through my teeth about everything I just said in the last 2 minutes.
Well, that's reassuring.
Nah, you're fine. It's a hell of a run, dude. It really is. There's just too much. The bosses in this game are just like so erratic with like how long it's gonna take to do them. Like the prospect of anybody running this game is like horrifying to me.
But yeah, if you guys want to see an actual good run of this game, oh my god. I just want to slit my throat right now. I was gonna say, if you want to see an actual good run of this game, check out my VOD of this game in 3 hours, 16 minutes, because I completely destroy the end of this game, like the final area. It is amazing.
Can't let it end on the elevator.
It's not gonna end on the elevator.
Can't end here, not like this. We've come too far to let this be the final resting place.
Let's just pretend the next boss is the final boss, and then we'll say I beat the game.
The next boss is what, right at the bottom of the elevator?
Yeah, it's right there. And I just... I don't know.
No, I know. You don't know, but I do. You've got it, dude. You've got it.
Oh no. I'm brain dead, dude.
Pull it together. It's fine. Everything is fine. Just take a deep breath.
This is the content we all hope for in Fangame Marathon 2017.
This is what you want in any marathon.
This elevator is my literal descent into madness.
like months from now when you're talking about this marathon, and it's not gonna be the guy who had like a good run. It's gonna be the dude who fell to pieces on an elevator, getting hit by bouncing Mario heads. What more symbolizes the Fangame lifestyle with what's happening right now? Hopes and dreams being shattered.
This is the Fangame life.
When you want to play fan games, this is your future.
Yep.
It's a dark road. Why is this segment so long?
Why not?
What was he thinking?
It's a test of your patience.
He just didn't have enough enough in the budget for save points, so he had to like cut a couple.
Alright, Kraka.
It's alright, you got it. You got it.
Alright, this is the final guardian of the elevator.
Everything's fine.
That's it. The end of the elevator.
See that? In your darkest moment, you dug deep in yourself. You found the will to keep going, and you persevered over complete garbage.
And here is the final boss of the game. Just, you know, definitely not the third to last boss.
This looks like it should be the final boss anyway.
Yeah. Let's just pretend it is.
This boss made me really angry too when I played this.
Yeah, this boss is it's tough your first time.
It's got like that mode 7 going on here. It's deep.
Oh no. That was bad. You can't let the barrier build up like that. Alright, we got the slicer. That's a wonderful noise, by the way. Alright, we got it low. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Okay, that was weird. There's actually only one more eye. There's this one. Oh, we did it. There we go, guys. Time. The game's over. We beat the whole game.
You did it. You did it. Going got tough. You got going.
Roll the credits. Hold on. Don't cut my stream yet. I'm just finding the credits here. Don't worry about this. This is the DLC. All right, beat the game. Now it's if you just wait a while, then the credits eventually show up. So just hang on a second. Just hold on.
It's probably better that people don't see this next room anyway, because it'll give them nightmares.
Yeah.
It's too graphic for general viewership. We can't inflict that kind of trauma on our audience. It's seriously one of the most horrible areas ever created.
Yeah.
It's better left unseen.
You don't want to see what lays past this room. It's just DLC that you don't want to see.
It took me 6 months to walk across this room.
God, where is this? It'll load eventually. Just hang on here.
Oh. While he's looking for the credits, up next we have the Justice Guy run, 100%. By Uranium in Almarat89. Should be pretty awesome. Justice Guy is an amazing game, and like Kraka was saying, probably like half the game at least is in the optional content. So 100% run is probably over twice as long as just the normal run. And to see two guys racing it should be pretty cool.
All right, it looks like the credits have finally loaded, so let's get those up here. Hold on. All right, there it is. We beat the game, guys. Don't worry about that guy in the top corner, by the way. That's part of the game.
Let's see what it happens. Hang on. Is that not the dumbest fucking picture you've ever seen? I'm literally sitting here with the same expression on my face, my hand is on my head as I'm watching this, just like I am in that video.
There you go. That's the ending of the game, and that is actually the ending of the game, by the way. I wish I could have shown it like on stream, but there you go. You got to see this wonderful man's face instead. So thanks for watching. I beat most of the game. The rest of the game you didn't really want to see anyway.
He did you a favor, trust me.
Alright. Someone wanna escort me out of here or what?
Yep, this is the part where I run you out.